Scaling your law firm doesn't have to be difficult. It's all about mastering a few key strategies, systems, and mindsets. Welcome to the Scalable Law Podcast, where we talk about how you can increase profit in your pocket and time in your calendar. My name is Carolee Fontanelli, and I have successfully scaled my firm so that it doesn't solely rely on me. Now I love teaching other law firm owners how to do the same. Let's transform your business starting now. Welcome to another episode of the Scalable Law Podcast. I am your host, Carolee Fontanelli, and today we are talking billing in your law firm. This is a topic that I'm talking about this week because, as you all know, not only am I the founder and director of Scalable Law, where I help law firm owners to scale their firms, I also have a law firm myself, so I am in the thick of it as well. And as your team grows, new challenges arise and things need to be revisited from time to time. I always keep saying your law firm is not a destination. It is definitely a journey, and things pop up now and then, and we need to readdress them. So what I've been readdressing over the last few weeks in my own firm is creating a billing checklist, you could call it. How we actually invoice, how we charge our clients, what we can charge for, what we can't charge for, and trying to get consistency across the law firm. When it's just you and you're a solo practitioner, you make your own calls on how you bill and what you bill for and things like that. When you have got a team, it's really important that you have some consistency in place and a clear understanding about what you're billing for and what you're not billing for. And while it is in cost agreements, and we all have a general idea of what you can and can't bill for, sometimes things fall away in a law practice over time, and there's inconsistencies between different lawyers in the firm. And what I've been finding of late in my firm is that we are struggling to perform even though we're really busy. And even though there's enough files there, and so it's got me thinking and wondering, is it a billing issue? Do I need to do more training with my team around what we should be billing for and what we shouldn't be billing for, etc.? One of the things as a solo practitioner, what I find people do, and I most certainly used to do this when I was on my own, is I would be a little bit lenient on certain files and not bill correctly because I had empathy for their financial situation, or I thought they're really nice clients, or whatever it might be. And sometimes that can happen as a employed solicitor as well. And so I guess doing some training around that and making sure that everyone is billing consistently is really important. So today I thought that I would talk about why you should create a billing guide in your law firm, even if it is only for yourself, with the idea that in the future you are going to be onboarding clients. But it's a reminder of how and why you should be billing correctly. Now, even if you are a fixed fee firm, you can still relate to this as well, because there will be things in your firm that you are not billing for that you probably should build into your fixed fees. So I have got for you today 12 reasons why you should create a billing guide for your law firm, and how a billing guide is really going to help your law firm. There are so many benefits to this, and I am excited to be launching our billing guide into our practice over the next week or so and getting some more consistency in the firm. So here are the key reasons. So number one is transparency with clients. So yes, you do have your cost agreement, of course, but a billing guide will offer also clients an understanding of how they will be charged. So when a client knows what to expect, it really does reduce the potential for disputes and enhances trust between your firm and the client. Number two is that a billing guide will create consistency across your firm. It ensures that all lawyers and staff within the firm are adhering to the same standards and procedures when it comes to billing in your practice. This makes it way easier to manage, review, and approve billable hours and expenses. So remember, when it comes to billing, it's not just about the hours, it's also about disbursements. And if you're outlaying disbursements in your firm and those aren't consistently being billed back to the client, that could be costing you a lot of revenue and ultimately profit. So the third reason is that by having consistent billing practices, it will maximize your revenue. Without a guide, billing hours or costs might be overlooked, and this is really bad for your business. A clear guide ensures that all chargeable activities are captured and billed appropriately. If you do not have the right revenue in your firm, you're going to struggle with cash flow, you're going to struggle to employ people, you're going to struggle to pay your tax bills, and it's going to cause you a whole lot of stress. So maximizing revenue is important. It's not a dirty word to maximize your revenue or profit. It's really important. That's why you're in business. And the last thing that we want for any business owners out there, any law firm owners, is to be going backwards because you're not billing correctly. The fourth reason is that by having a billing guide, it creates a professional standard. So it is professionalism, and it creates a standardized approach to billing that reflects your firm's commitment to professionalism and integrity. It indicates that the firm operates systematically and prioritizes fair and transparent billing. That's so important, that as law firms and as law firm owners and as lawyers, that we are professional, and making sure that we have all of these little things taken care of makes a big, huge difference. The fifth reason we should have a billing guide is it helps with our efficiency. Having a clear guide reduces the time spent on billing disputes, which honestly, they are time suckers, any of these billing disputes. We do not want to have to deal with that if we don't have to. It also reduces time spent on misunderstandings or corrections. Time spent addressing billing issues is time away from serving your clients and attending to legal matters. But worse than that, if you are a business owner, it is time away from moving your business forward and doing some of the things that need to be done in order to create more success in your firm. Creating billing issues or having billing issues is so inefficient, and it's just another fire that you have to put out. So let's try and avoid this fire by having a really clear billing guide. The sixth reason that it is important to have a billing guide is because of ethical considerations. So billing appropriately and fairly is a fundamental obligation for a lawyer. We know that, right? But the billing guide helps lawyers, and particularly your employed lawyers, to ensure that they're upholding their professional responsibility to bill ethically. Now, I've got a little story about unethical billing. Because I once had an employee who I discovered was billing unethically in order so that for her to look good and for her to look like she had done her billable hours, when in fact she hadn't been doing the work at all. When I went back after I'd caught her out and looked at the files, the work had not been done. There was no work on the file. This was an absolute nightmare for me as a law firm owner. And I could have potentially prevented it. I mean, obviously, she was an unethical lawyer and she was doing things that, were very unethical in the firm, such as billing clients for not having completed work. So what we had to then do is go back through all of the billing and all of the files to cross-check whether work had been done or not, and to put everything right again, which was an absolute nightmare, as you can imagine. So if you can avoid something like that, then that would be ideal in your law firm. Number 7, client retention and satisfaction. Again, it comes down to that being billed fairly and understanding the charges. And Obviously, if you have a billing guide, then it's going to be consistent all the time, and the client is going to feel that they are being billed fairly and they can understand how they are being charged. This is going to also, create more loyalty and client satisfaction, which will lead to referrals and a positive reputation, and all of that sort of thing, which is so, so important. If billing is inconsistent, for example, one month they're getting billed for A, B, C, D, and the next month you do A, B, C, D, but they're not getting billed for it, then it can cause a feeling of distrust. Why did you bill me then, but you didn't bill me now? Was there something that went wrong? All of that sort of thing. So having consistent billing is so important for that very reason. Next up is number 8, and that is enhanced communication. A billing guide can serve as a tool for discussion when onboarding new clients. Clients don't exactly know how we bill, even though it's in the cost agreement. They don't always read the cost agreement as we would like them to, and they find it hard to understand how lawyers charge. So by walking them through your billing practices in your firm with the clear billing guide, you can set clear expectations and prevent any misunderstandings down the line. Of course, when you've got this enhanced communication, it really does feed into 7, which we just talked about, which is client retention and satisfaction. It also feeds into the ethical considerations that we've spoken about as well. Number 9 is time management. With a guide in place, lawyers and staff have a clear understanding of what activities are billable. So this is where things have been raised in my firm lately. We've had some junior staff members working for some senior staff members, and the junior team members have been doing things that the senior team members would consider are not billable. Whereas when I've actually looked at what they are performing and doing for the client on the client file to move the client file forward, they are billable, in fact. So what that means is that we aren't charging our clients properly, and that's not fair to the law firm. So making sure that the guide is in place and all firm members have a clear understanding of what activities are billable. This can also help with the staff of the firm to prioritize tasks and manage their time more efficiently, because then they can work out what can be billed and what can't be billed on a client file. Number 10 is dispute resolution. So again, it's talking about misunderstandings and making sure everything is really clear. In the event of a billing dispute, and they will happen, if you have not had a billing dispute in your law firm, please tell me your secrets, because they are a normal part of practice, unfortunately. But having the standardized billing guide provides a reference point. And if you've shown that and shared that with a client, as well as coupling that with your cost agreement, it makes dispute resolution a lot easier. It can be used and explained to justify your charges, and it can make the dispute resolution process so much smoother. Number 11 is audit and compliance. This is another great reason to have a billing guide. If your firm or a file is ever audited, then having the consistent billing guide can facilitate the process and ensure that billing practices align with legal and ethical standards. It's all there in black and white then. It's so much easier to manage when you have it all noted down for everyone in the firm to see, as well as any auditors that might come in as well. Number 12, the final one I have for you today is about growing and scaling your firm. So as a law firm grows, a billing guide can be an invaluable tool in training new lawyers and staff on exactly what you can and can't charge your clients for. It ensures that everyone in the law firm is on the same page from day one. So it's really, really important for so many reasons, which I'm going to quickly run you through again. So number 1 is transparency with clients. Number 2 is consistency. Number 3 is maximizing revenue. Number 4 is professionalism. Number 5 is efficiency. Number 6 is ethical considerations. Number 7 is retention of clients and client satisfaction. Number 8 is enhanced communication. Number 9 is time management. Number 10 is dispute resolution. Number 11 is audit and compliance. And number 12 is growing and scaling your law firm. So in essence, a billing guide brings a lot of really great structure to your firm and clarity to really what's one of the most critical aspects of running your law firm, which is revenue generation. It also ensures that the firm maintains high ethical standards and provides lots of value to the client so that they impact it in the most positive way possible. Without billing properly, your firm is going to keep running into frustrations. You're going to have cash flow problems. You are going to struggle to pay your staff and your bills, and it's going to cause you a whole lot of stress. So maybe by creating a billing guide, this could really, really help with your law firm. Now, what I'm going to do on the show notes is I'm going to give you the amazing gift of being able to download my law firm's billing guide that you can use as a template for your own firm. So all you have to do is go over to www.scalablelaw.com and go into podcasts, and you will find this podcast there for you to have a look at. The podcast is called Why You Need a Law Firm Billing Guide. So go over there and check it out, download my billing guide, as well as seeing the show notes for this podcast. I look forward to you guys tuning in again soon. It's awesome to be hearing everyone out in the socials who are recommending the podcast to others who need help in their law firms. Please go ahead and recommend it more and more. It's really great to see it's getting so many downloads and traction. I hope you're having a fabulous week, and I will be hearing from you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Scalable Law Podcast, brought to you by the Scalable Business Lounge. If you would love to know how you can get more clients without relying on referrals, head over to scalablelaw.com to watch my free masterclass. Until next time, you have got this.